Interesting fight, this one.
Fighters come to the center,
and,
please.
As Michael Buffer was saying, somebody's zone must go.
Water.
Any questions? All right, obey my commands. Remember, it's the belly button to the hip bone. Defend yourself at all times. Let's touch gloves now and go to work.
Jane 80 is the referee. Now, what it would be good here, Glenn, is if one of these two looked the business and we could say afterwards, hey, he could go on and become a factor in the division.
Well, I think that's what we're looking for. We were looking for up-and-coming younger heavyweights. But, you know, in fairness, Clay-Bey is 34 and Etienne's 30. They're not neither that young, but hopefully, you know, there'll be somebody exciting amongst the pair of them.
Let's ring the bell, start the fight.
Well, Clay-Bey's retired almost as many times as he's fought. 12 fights in 3.5 years, but that's not all his own fault. He's had hand surgery 3 times and twice torn retinas in his eyes. Clay-Bey with the red trunks, the former Olympian. He's quite classy, quick hands, decent movement as well for a big man. He's just about a stone heavier here than Etienne, who comes in at 15 stone 10. Etienne, who's well known for his work rate. Throws a lot of punches for a heavyweight. Etienne, the man who served 10 years for armed robbery, but has paid his price and is trying to sort his life out. Big work ethic. But he's 32, Glenn.
That's right. He's going to need to throw a lot of punches if he's going to nullify the good boxing of Clay-Bey.
I think the question with Clay-Bey is how much does he really want it? He's walked away from boxing a few times, even in his amateur days. Something he really just started for fun because he liked the traveling and thought it would help him lose a bit of weight. It has to, even though he's still 16 stone 11. He used to be up about 20 stone plus.
Well,
good right hand, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. He mixes up quite well. Etienne, a couple of good left hooks to body and head, but Clay-Bey come back with that nice right hand.
I think this is the biggest test he's had, Etienne. I think Clay-Bey may be able to ask him a few questions he won't have faced before in terms of skill and technique. Good right hand here from Etienne.
Well, there may also be question marks about the chin of Etienne. He's been on the floor before, so, you know, can he really take a shot at a better level?
Yeah, he's been shaken up a couple of times as well. That's what makes this one interesting. Good work rate, just as we'd been promised from Etienne, trained by Don Turner, who's had his time in the limelight with Evander Holyfield and Michael Grant. Last half minute of the first round.
Well, Clay-Bey not doing a lot, content to stay inside.
He does have these quick hands, though, Clay-Bey. I've noticed that a few times with him. Etienne with just the better work rate, I think, don't you, there?
Yes, he tried to do a bit more and probably got the better of that round.
Nice deep breath and relax. Okay, Larry.
Okay.
Deep breath. No more on the ropes like that. Don't mind you going back there, bringing them back there if you're going to get that left foot in front.
Larry Goosen doing the talking to Clay-Bey.
You understand? That's right. Work your pace. And use the legs to scoot away from it. Well, scoot around it. Punch it, scoot around it. Low. Keep the pace going. Every round is the last round.
Had a lot of TV exposure on ESPN and HBO over here already. Etienne, few people talking about him. Calls himself the Black Rhino. I had a long chat with him the other day. He seemed a pretty likable fellow who's absolutely in love with this business, and that helps too. Loves the training and the work. Black trunks, remember, here of Etienne. Clay-Bey, who fights out of Hartford, Connecticut. Sometimes fielders from Bloomfield as well, but Hartford was the base of the great featherweight champion Willie Pep. He's married with 4 kids. He's been a prison officer, a welder in the past. But he can make some money out of this business, particularly if he wins here. But Etienne here, finding some good angles and looking a bit of a handful.
Yes, he's doing the better work, getting his punches off well inside. Clay-Bey needs to be a bit busier.
He's looking a bit lazy in comparison at the moment. He really is a late burner, Lawrence Clay-Bey. Didn't come to boxing until he was 26. He's now got blood from his nose, by the way.
Work out.
This is pretty good from Etienne.
That's what he said. He throws a lot of punches. That's what he's trying to do, trying to outwork Clay-Bey. And at this moment, he's managing to do that.
He'd be another of those who was giving away the best part of 2 stone to the big heavyweights, the likes of Lennox Lewis. But these body shots having their effect, and an uppercut was a great shot. He's doing a number on Clay-Bey here at the moment, who's not throwing back, just covering up. Maybe biding his time. Maybe he's going to come out of that shell in a moment, and maybe not.
Well, he can't afford to take too many shots like that. Got damage to the nose, Clay-Bey. Well, it's not a sensible place for Clay-Bey to be. He's trying to get his own shots off.
Well, I mentioned he has fast hands. What he doesn't have is fast feet.
Well, not at this point.
Etienne dominant early here. Last few seconds of the second round. Yeah, it's late in the round. He's caught him with a shot, and he's in trouble for a moment here, Etienne. A late explosion will get the bell though any second. Oh, he left it so late, Clay-Bey. What would have happened there had he put together that combination, that blistering combination, a few seconds earlier, because Etienne was definitely shaken up.
Well, that got people on their feet, clapping. That combination from Clay-Bey looked classy. He needed to do that, but left it late in the round. But he certainly hurt Etienne with a couple of punches in there.
I think you have to say there is a little question mark about the punch resistance of Etienne, even with his unbeaten record.
Yes, there is, but I think the fast punches from Clay-Bey will have took him by surprise.
You can't be straight up. That's number one. Number two, you have to bump him. Okay? You can't let him just punch. A simple bump and then punch off.
Grease the lips.
Okay? And move
Question,
a little bit. Step
was the last
around.
10 seconds of the round enough to pull it round on the scorecard? Not for me.
Not for me either. And, you know, there wasn't enough punches in there to win the round.
So both rounds we think to Etienne so far. Here's the third. Etienne from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The Black Rhino in the black trunks.
Watch your head.
But what's interesting now is that Clay-Bey knows he has the power to hit and hurt Etienne.
Bang that head.
Well, I think it was, obviously the power had something to do with it, but it was also the speed of the combination. It came very, very fast. You wouldn't have expected that at the end.
I was just wondering whether Clay-Bey was biding his time on those ropes. He just mistimed his assault, really. Can he do something earlier on in the round?
Well, he was told
again, then, St. Patrick again.
it is, he was told by his corner not to go there. He strictly said don't go on the ropes, but he probably believes he can do something from that position, judging by the end of the last round.
Sort of latter-day rope-a-dope trick, isn't it, almost? Let him punch himself out, and then suddenly come out of the shell and let loose.
Yep, that's all well and good as long as you don't prove to be the dope.
Good uppercut from Etienne in there. Crowd enjoying the tactical battle. Here goes Clay-Bey, though, turning the tables. Good action here in the third round. And this time it's earlier in the round. Clay-Bey says, wait a minute, now it's my turn. Well, he looked passive early on, Clay-Bey here, but now he really looks as if he wants to make a serious argument out of this.
Well, the crowd enjoying this one. Some big whoops going out when these punches land.
And they know this could easily go either way. And at any time, too. There's a bit of blood around there coming from the nose of Clay-Bey, I think, unless there's a new cut.
Well, the good thing about this is these two big guys are not looking to hold in there. They're looking to keep their hands free. They're looking to work.
Well, Etienne was saying to me earlier this week, I want to steal the show. I want people to walk away talking about Clifford Etienne, never mind the big fight. That's a terrific round.
Well, an Etienne round to me as well. Again, it was that good little bit of action from Clay-Bey, but still not enough to win him the round.
He's definitely having his moments, but not enough of them.
If you're going to go to the ropes, I don't mind you doing it. Just don't stay there the whole freaking round. Okay? You want to talk to me? Huh? You got a plan? What do you feel?
You keep pumping. Moving the head. Punch, punch, punch. Move the head. You understand? Punch, punch, punch. Move the head. Strong gets
Not
strong.
hard to misunderstand that.
There's an interesting contrast in styles between the two corners in the Clay-Bey tournament. They're saying, do you want to talk to me? Do you want to have a conversation? It's almost like going to your analyst, isn't it?
But when you're getting hit like this, that's not the thing you want to do in the corner, start having a conversation.
Out with the whistle.
Yeah, I just want to sit down and have a rest,
Yeah,
mate.
just give me some water, mate.
Slower, guns.
Here's the fourth round. Black trunks, remember, of Etienne, 18-0. Clay-Bey, 12-0 with 9 knockouts in that, by the way. Hasn't fought anybody very much, frankly, so far as a pro, Clay-Bey, except the former cruiserweight champ, Robert Daniels, who's pretty washed up now, to be honest with you. Still blood from the nose of Clay-Bey. They don't want him on the ropes for the whole 3 minutes of the round. It looks to me as if Clay-Bey has worked out his own strategy here. He's going to do this his way, just like Muhammad Ali did in the Rumble in the Jungle.
Well, in fairness, if he wants to impress, I don't think that's the way to do it. I think maybe he hasn't got the condition, or maybe he's just a lazy big guy.
Yes, quick-handed Clay-Bey. And he might have the better chin of the two here. In fact, I'm pretty sure he has. Looking more open, Etienne. What's he like when he's put on the back foot? Clay-Bey for the first time trying to do that. Lovely, quick left hook. Yeah, this is a good spell here for the man who's nearly 35.
Well, he does look good when he puts his shots together, Clay-Bey.
Best so far, this from Clay-Bey, working harder, stepping it up a little bit. Maybe that was part of his plan, to just let Etienne go for it early on, maybe just draw his sting a little and then come on stronger as the fight goes on. Let's see. Now he's back in reverse again. He's fighting in spurts, I think you can say, Clay-Bey. He's got to make the spurts longer. because all the time he isn't working, Etienne is. It's a decent fight, though, isn't it?
It's a good fight, good contrast in styles.
Chopping rights and uppercuts from Etienne, who's all over you like a rash in his good spells in the fight.
Well, he's certainly going to need to have some condition at the end because he's throwing a lot.
There's about to end the round. I'd just give that to Clay-Bey on his early part of the round. He faded in the last minute of it. As you can see, the arena, which holds 12,000 here at the Mandalay Bay, is filling up all the time.
Okay, let me just see right here. Okay. You know, I can. You know, no,
These are
I can use
referee's
some
instructions.
Of that, you know, I can use some of that. Okay, guys. Good luck.
There was a little story earlier in the week that Lennox Lewis was worried that some chemicals might be put in that hair of Tua, which could end up getting into his eyes and blinding him. But the Tua camp have said, look, that's absolute nonsense. We're in here for a fair and proper fight, and I think you have to accept that, don't you?
Yeah, if he wants to have a crazy hairdo, that's his prerogative, isn't it?
He wouldn't be the first, would he?
Oh, no, most certainly not. He kind of suits it. You might do one like that.
I'm thinking about it. I'll have a word with him if he wins. Here's the fifth. Etienne, black trunks, remember. Lawrence Clay-Bey, who was beaten by Vladimir Klitschko, one of the top heavyweights in the world in the pros at the moment. 10-8 in the amateurs at the Atlanta Olympics, and Clay-Bey felt he was plain robbed in that. It was in the very first round too, and Clay-Bey went there with high hopes of a medal at the very least, and maybe gold. It was a tough one. He said all those guys were pushing the wrong buttons for the wrong guy.
Well, that's not the first time that's happened either, is it?
Well, that was his opinion. I'm sure Klitschko had another one. They can do it all again in the pros, maybe. That'll settle the argument.
It certainly would. He's got to get past the Black Rhino first.
This is round 5. Should go 10, this. That's class. Combination punching from Clay-Bey. He does have ability. Maybe his fitness isn't everything it should be, Clay-Bey, and it's a pity this is so very late in his boxing life.
Yes, he could have been a pretty good addition to the ranks a few years ago, couldn't he?
But now he's back in the rest home on the ropes. Watch the use of the head, warning for Etienne.
But Etienne not as busy when he's in front of Clay-Bey now. Obviously just tiring a bit. He's been busy, throwing a lot. Clay-Bey making a miss with little movements of the head now.
He's pretty clever, Clay-Bey. Cagey all the time, waiting there and thinking what he's going to do the next time he steps out of the lair. Hitting the arms quite a bit too, Etienne here. You're right, there's not quite the ferocity and snap about his work as there was earlier on in the contest. Here goes Clay-Bey again, but look, he's laid it like he hears the clapperboard that says there's a couple of seconds to go in the round, and he goes to work. He just has to do more of this, Clay-Bey. He looks, doesn't he, the man with quite a lot more of actual natural ability.
This is your fucking career right here. You got it. It's a gift wrap right to you. Go out and do that shit. Are you going to go out that way laying on the fucking ropes like that?
Well, I think we'll cut across that right there. But I think you got the gist of what they're saying to Clay-Bey, that they're really trying to shake him up. But they think that he's kidding them in there. That it's there, I think, for him to take, you know.
Yep, I think you can guarantee he's angry in the corner, isn't he? He's angry that their man's just sitting about and got the ability but not doing the work.
Here's a fellow who did the odd bit of work in the ring, isn't it? Evander Holyfield, the WBA champion at the moment. He's about they're the only people in the world who think that he is the world #1 at the moment, but we can't argue. It's a version of the title, however controversial all of that is. No doubt at all that Lennox Lewis is regarded just about universally as the supreme heavyweight. Whether he still is at the end of the night, of course, is up for grabs. Changes to southpaw now, Clay-Bey. I think he's frustrating his own cornermen here.
Well, he is. I think, you know, he needs to start and go out at the beginning of a round throwing them punches and see how long he can keep it up, see if he can make a dent on Etienne or if he can stop him. He's certainly got the classier shot, looks better when he opens up.
Etienne just looks like he wants it more to me. This is life and death to him. Says it's the only thing he knows how to do.
Watch your head.
Although he is studying for a business degree, I understand, as well.
This one looks as if he's starting to tire a bit, Eddie, and can't keep the big attacks up as he was in the early rounds.
Maybe those punches of Clay-Bey have just taken a little out of him.
Well, also he's more muscular, and often, you know, that is harder, you know, when you're trying to throw a lot of punches.
Good exchanges here. Look at these meaty headshots from both of them. Oh, terrific right hand from Clay-Bey, who's going through the gears now, all right.
Well, this is certainly what the crowd want to see. This is good work from both men, standing toe to toe. You're still neither one looking to grab, they're looking to keep punching. That's what's making it so good.
Cracking action. Nice right cross from Etienne. And Clay-Bey can only do this for half a minute at a time, it seems to me.
Yep, that's the problem, I think, with Clay-Bey. Hasn't got the stamina, just can't keep it up for great lengths of time.
He could lose this fight on fitness and conditioning, couldn't he?
Yes, he could. Certainly, Etienne's the one that wants it more. This is good work from him.
Yeah. He's stealing the sessions because he's working all the time, and Clay-Bey for only about a third of the time.
Well, we're due a little spurt now from Clay-Bey. He knows he's inside the last 10 seconds.
Not this time, though. It's got to be Etienne again. Some great bursts from Clay-Bey. But the rounds are 3 minutes long, not half a minute.
Come on, nice. Get the legs out, stretch them up.
We're looking tired now, Clay-Bey.
This fight's for you.
Hanging in that corner.
If you could suck it up, dude. Got to be able to suck this up. Okay, get that out, let him breathe. Nice deep breath. Blair, if you keep doing what you've been doing out there in the center of the ring, you win this fight.
He says he's a descendant of the Boer warriors of North Africa and Spain nearly 1,000 years ago.
Bing, 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 and go. Follow what I'm saying, whole body. You follow what I'm saying, on the outside.
Etienne, who's so dedicated to this business that he got married and was back in camp 2 days later.
Some honeymoon, that, huh? But look at the action here. This is great. You know, this is good work. Two big heavyweights, both going for it. Good action.
I've got Etienne in a pretty big lead.
Yeah, well, I've got him in a pretty good lead, pulling away 59-56 to Etienne.
Great right hand from Clay-Bey there, sending the sweat spraying from Etienne's head. And again, and a left hook to follow. I tell you what, this fellow is frustrating. He does have the class. He reminds you of those old 80s heavyweights like Tony Tubbs and Greg Page, who had lots of ability, but they were a bit sort of flabby and out of condition a lot of the time.
That's right, a Tony Tubbs character who was fast hands, had ability. But you're right, you know, the condition's just not there. It's also true, you know, a lot of the big guys do tend to be lazy as well, you know, lazy in the gym, lazy in the ring.
He really does want to work the whole way, this Etienne. Everything that we read about him in the publicity handouts has proved not to be hype here. I think if he wins this, he gets into the top 10 lists. Good right hands on the counter here from Clay-Bey. And another big right hand from Clay-Bey. Better shots from him with his back to the ropes, fighting his way out. Etienne's hurt a little. Etienne's hurt. Left himself open. Can Clay-Bey take him out here? Another sharp right hand from Clay-Bey, who comes on strong. There's the uppercut. Can he keep it going this time? Half a minute left in the round. Clay-Bey must take advantage here. He's just got Etienne going a little bit.
Well, this is where he needs a big combination, but again, he's tired at the point where he needs to get the punches going.
And it looks yet again as if the storm has blown itself out. Good right hands. I think Clay-Bey did the more effective work. I think you've got to give him that one.
Yes, he did more than he's done in most of the rounds. I think he definitely won that round.
It's a fight now. Give that all I want. Look it up. Here you go. Come on. Give it that other one. Just spit it out. Look, when he's throwing, you got to
Etienne, whose career was launched by Eddie Sapir, a New Orleans agent for many sports stars, including the old light heavyweight champion, Willie Pastrano.
You know, if you punch him and didn't let him score back, all you have to do is time him up, bump him.
Al, okay, Larry, this is your fight. If you pressure him, you're in better shape than you're giving yourself.
You're in better shape than you're giving yourself credit for, they're telling him.
They're trying to make him believe he's in better shape. So that great action again with Clay-Bey getting the better of it on the ropes. Good left hooks, right hands. And Etienne having to take some good shots. Chin's not all bad.
8th round. 9 minutes left. I think Clay-Bey needs these last 3 rounds, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He needs to certainly do a bit more work in each round. He's got to try and get them.
Loves the counter punch, doesn't he? Etienne is trying to break him down, make a dent in Clay-Bey. Almost came up for breath there, Clay-Bey. Big gulp of air. Blood from his mouth as well, by the look of it now. Great right cross. Etienne gives ground. How about the corner being frustrated? I'm frustrated watching Clay-Bey because he's got so much ability. Look at that uppercut.
Well, you do. This guy has got talent, has got fast hands.
He really has. He's letting go here. Etienne having to take a lot. I did question his punch resistance, but he's had to take a fair few, and he's still on his feet. So he's not strictly glass-jawed, is he?
No, he's not. He's took some good punches. And he's took some fast ones.
Fascinatingly poised fight, this.
Well, it's been a really good fight. For big heavyweights, lots and lots of action.
Don't bang heads.
Well, he just looks, doesn't he, out from them hands, has a gaze at Etienne, puts the hands back.
Don't hit with the head.
But he needs to be working, not looking at Etienne.
Now, when's the time for the next burst from Clay-Bey? Half a minute to go in the round, or is he going to wait for the clapperboard to sound again?
Well, all this time he waits, he nullifies the good work he's done. He lets Etienne start building up the points again. Lets Etienne win the round.
This is a fight that could be decided almost purely on fitness and conditioning. What do you think of Etienne? What's the verdict then after watching him for 8 rounds?
Well, he's a pretty good fighter. You know, he's getting through a lot of shots. I don't think he's got a great deal of power. But he's in with, as you said, in a very frustrating character. Clay-Bey has got talent. You know, he's got these little bursts of activity which look sensational. But you know, it's so frustrating to watch his work. He just can't keep it up. And you know, Etienne's doing pretty good in one pace. He can't mix the pace up like Clay-Bey can.
I'm not going to allow it.
It's got to be a big round, champ, okay? And everything underneath when he's down.
Deep breath. Deep breath. One more. One more.
There's the scene outside. You wouldn't want to have to pay the electricity bill around here, I tell you.
Okay.
9th round. Clay-Bey in the red trunks, twice the U.S. amateur champion, and he was 30 and 31 then. After he won it the second time, he said, it doesn't get any better than this, I'm out of here. They told him that the World Championships was in Germany. He said, oh, it was a short retirement, I'm off there, I like the traveling. He seems a real character, Clay-Bey, but I'm afraid rather too much of that character is coming out in the ring. He's got his own ideas about this business.
Yeah, well, you can see why he's had the breaks in his career. He has that sort of attitude. He has big breaks. He almost has retirements during the fight.
And what he needs now is another big comeback. Been a good battle between these two unbeaten heavyweights who both, of course, would be dreaming of getting the big payday that a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship would bring. And for the winner, it may not be too fanciful a notion down the line.
Don't grab, work out of there.
Well, they've got to be pretty tired, both men. They've let a lot of leather go in there.
Clay-Bey's pulled into the ropes for another little break. You almost get the impression that if he could have a quiet fag in there, he'd do that as well.
Yeah. Little nap for Ted. Just wake me up when you're finished.
Work out.
He's just let Etienne outwork him.
Break.
This looks like it's going to go the full way. And don't forget, coming up next after this, Lennox Lewis, David Tua. No time for you to be going to sleep back home.
Well, there hasn't been much on this card to make you want to sleep. It's been good fight after good fight, lots of action.
Well, we've had 3 long ones. Is the big one going to be short? Well, I reckon Clay-Bey needs the knockout.
Yeah, I'd agree. I've got Etienne a couple of points open.
Whatever happens, happens, okay?
Listen, the jab opened the kid up, and the shots is there. And when you're in close, don't aim the hook at his head because he's ducking down. Aim the hook at his shoulder.
This is the round we want. This is the round we want. He's gonna come out. He's gonna come out like a tiger.
Yes, 87-85
Beat him down.
to Etienne. Just doing more, just a busier fighter. And he's just thrown it away a bit for me, Clay-Bey. Just hasn't kept it going.
Hey, you got 3 freaking minutes.
Everything. Use these legs.
Use them legs.
Use a hand.
Bing, 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 bing,
Hand
bing, 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 bing.
Seconds out now.
Last round coming up of this one then. The last round too before the big fight of the night.
Okay, touch up, guys.
Touch gloves, final round. Clay-Bey with his back to you. I would think he must be behind, mustn't he, on the scorecards?
You would think so. It's been a better effort from Etienne. Good inverse, Clay-Bey, but not enough throughout.
It looks like Clay-Bey might come out here to give it a big last round. I think the corner have told him he probably needs to get Etienne out of there. And he's starting off as if he means to do that. Whether he can go for 3 minutes like this is quite another matter. Whoa, good right hand. Looks easy to hit, doesn't he, Etienne?
Yes, he does. But he's strong. He's kept at his game. Kept throwing punches. Some good ones went in from Etienne. And again, look at this action above us.
He's so close to us here that the sweat from the fighters is spraying onto our notes as these punches land. Great camera work there. You're almost right in there with them. You're glad you're not. Etienne winging away as ever with those hooks. That's his game. He looks like he just wants to batter down the walls of a city, and this is a real rally. Got through with a few. He's a bit shaken up here, Clay-Bey. Too many of these landing. Oh, he could get stopped himself here. The gloves came down as well.
Well, what on earth did he do that for? Some stupid mark of bravado, but he's coming back here, Clay-Bey.
Oh, what a last round this is. Coming up to the last minute. Thought for a moment there Clay-Bey was going to be stopped, but I do believe he was playing possum to some extent.
Well, what a terrific fight. What a warm-up for the big one.
More big shots to the head. And a siding uppercut, too, from Etienne. Well, they've been in the ring for a total of 30 minutes action, and I'd say for 23 of those minutes, Clay-Bey has been leaning against one part of the ropes or another.
Oh, what a big last round for Etienne. He's really scored well in this round.
He's deserved to win the fight because he's the one that's really wanted it so much more, it seems to me. Score with some big shots late on here. They hug. It's been a good contest. People on their feet on the far side. They really enjoyed that one. Fans here getting their money's worth at the Mandalay Bay tonight. We hope That standard of heavyweight action continues. Etienne for me, Glenn.
Yes, Etienne for me. I've got Etienne, pretty comfortable leader by 97 points to 94. He just did more. Great finish to it. He deserved it for me. Frustrating performance from Clay-Bey. He's got talent, but he needs more fitness. And it was work like this from Clifford Etienne, which made him, on my card, a deserved winner. Look at this, rocking the head of Lawrence Clay-Bey about.
But then he turned the tables after that, Clay-Bey. Just didn't do enough. What he did oozed class at times, Clay-Bey, but there wasn't enough of it. And Clifford Etienne would be a deserving winner. I've got him 4 points in front. If that's the case, he'll go to 19-0. Very intense about the business, Etienne. Whether he's good enough to be a big player further up the scale, we'll see. Here it comes.
What you saw here tonight was two undefeated young heavyweights with the courage to face each other and put their records on the line. And we witnessed one of the all-time great heavyweight slugfests in the history of Las Vegas. We go to the Budweiser scorecards. Dalby Shirley scores at 98-92. Al Siciliano has it 99-91. Dwayne Ford scores at 99-93. All, pardon me, 97-93. All for the winner by unanimous decision, the Black Rhino Clifford Etienne.
Clay-Bey has his first defeat. Etienne remains unbeaten and can dream of maybe moving on to get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship sometime in the next